How's it going, guys? So a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of stuff happened pretty quickly. Till I'm pretty wore out. Made a pretty big road trip to get this. Got caught in a snowstorm, everything else, you know, the average luck. So to be honest with you, I was planning on buying something a lot different than this. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story. I can't tell you all the story because it's not a good idea. I was actually on the phone with Dean, with BMW Dr. Dean, on FaceTime, and we were rolling through Facebook. He was on Facebook there, or Scumtree or Gumtree, whatever he does, and I was on Facebook here. Just kind of rolling through the cars like we always do, looking at stuff, see what's, you know, what even the deal is, right? You got to see what's out there. And you find the best deals when you're not looking for something and you roll across it. Now, I was very fortunate, had money in hand. I didn't want to drive my Sequoia that far because it has 407,000 miles on it. Called my friend Kevin. He's got a Sequoia just like mine. He said, no problem, we'll head up there. Hooked the trailer up, went up there. It took a lot of talking, and I have to thank the seller, Josh, a lot for picking me. I had to leverage the channel on him, and once he seen the channel, that got us in the door. And because he knew we weren't going to part it out, right? And that's the biggest thing. Stuff like this, you don't want to part it out. It was like shaking for some reason. You never want to part one of these cars out, especially a rust-free example. Now, some of you guys, I know you're probably about to choke me out for delaying this a little bit, but he talked about a few things, we'll just show it to you. Some of you guys did guess the car correctly on the community post, and if you notice, I didn't comment anything behind the people that did. So this is probably the most rare BMW, other than like an Isetta, and those are even more common than this. And the reason why is Russ got almost all these, okay? So, without any further ado, you guys probably already skipped ahead, we're gonna show you the car. And it is a 1968 BMW 1600-2. And it looks rusty in here, but it's not. The story on this car was it's set in the garage for 10 years, and it hasn't been started in 10 years. Now, you see all the bumpers are good, all the chrome on the grill is all good. It has like some surface rust on here, and some of that's just stained the paint. And on the top's a little bit worse, and the trunk's a little bit worse. But there's no holes anywhere. It's just all surface at this point. So the only issue with this car is there's a lot of trim on it, right? And a little bit wavy on back here, but there's no Bondo in it anywhere. It looks like maybe somebody's done a little bit of paint work to it. If this, like most of that will probably look okay again, that won't. So it's this funky off-white. There's a few things we have to figure out here. What exactly, round tail lights, what exactly we're gonna do with it? And this is Euro car, so it does have the clear lenses, and you can barely see it because of the light. It does have the amber lenses right there. The question is whether to paint this car or don't paint it, try to clean what's there. I think what's there may not be good enough anymore. I think maybe 10 years ago or so, that was kind of the limit of that. So it's a very interesting car, and you probably can't see much on here, but if you look in, you probably can't see anything on there. There's no rust anywhere. It still has the factory paint. I think this is open, yeah. You guys know all of these cars, usually the strut tires are gone. It's all the factory paint all the way down. Usually this whole box is rusted out. There's no rust in it. It's still got a little bit of black paint on it. And for those of you guys that know what this is, the color is Trimonics, which is like the some people say the pea yellow snow color. And then 1600-2, see if she'll focus in here. 1968, got the 7-digit VIN. The gross vehicle weight, 1,320 kilograms. Car weighs just a hair over 2,000 pounds. It is super light. This side is also pretty good. It's like somebody, it was in a garage with kids' toys and stuff. And the black mark isn't a dent, it's just like a rubber mark or a plastic mark. Very, very odd. All the hubcaps are here. All that's all good. I think what we're gonna do at this point, we're gonna get the lift. Next thing, I gotta flip this damn screen up because I'm afraid I'll be cutting my face off. We're gonna get the lift right away. I need to order that actually today. Get that in here. That's gonna be a necessity of getting this thing up and running. Some of you guys aren't gonna be into this. I fully understand that. Some of you guys don't even know what this even is. I would say most people don't know what this is. An ugly little car that probably smells old inside. It is that. But it's also worth a lot of money. Like I said, because there's hardly any around. But getting the lift, getting this thing up on the lift to be able to do everything underneath I need to do. And we're gonna go through and do a bunch of stuff. There's actually a lot of new old stock parts to this thing that you can still buy. You can still buy the lights, a lot of the trim, you can buy all the carpet sets, they're a couple $100. So I don't know how far we're gonna go with it. All the glass is good, and none of the trim's messed up, so I don't know. Will this be a paint project for the channel? It's little, it'd be easy to do, and it doesn't need much body work. I think you took all the glass out of it and got the sander out. I would say a couple hours, you could have her 80% there. But everything functions well. The inside, these 1602s have the cloth seats. It's leather or vinyl on the sides. Vinyl, and then it's got the cloth inserts. And I actually found where you could buy, you just take this whole cover off and put a new factory cover on it. The back seat's perfect, the passenger side seat's perfect. So that might be an option. There's no rust on the floorboards or anything, just nothing. You know, it crawled under it before I even got it. I mean, I still would have bought it at that price either way. 108,000 miles, and it's an absolutely beautiful car. I hate I can't show you any better pictures, but that's about to change, boys, because it got some freaking lights. I could barely even pick it up. It got some 240 watt LEDs, some like stadium lighting. That's gonna change this place. I just turned that sucker on. Wow, got 2 of those. So we're gonna fixing to light this place up. Just a little too cold to do it today. This is a really good car. I'm gonna show you here one more. Let me show you the 1970s. Look at that carpet. That's some real 1970s carpet. It smells like 1970s too. Got a few things in here. You got a bath towel, got extra Bosch oil filter. You know, and you can see that there's no rust. You probably can't see it on camera. There's no rust anywhere in this trunk. I even pulled the spare tire holder up the bottom. The tow hook on the bottom is still intact. I don't know if you can even see that with this camera. And could not be more happy about it. Didn't have the title. And I got back here, looked at the paperwork, and the original, not the original, the title from 1971 is in there for it. And this car was registered in Alabama, first in Georgia, then Alabama. Those 2 states back then, I think maybe and currently, don't use the title when you register it. So it was still the original title. So that's great. Probably get that sent off and put my name just to make sure. I don't know if it really matters, to be honest with you. So I might want that original title with it. But yeah, I couldn't be more happier. This is the M10 engine. I didn't even say that. That's my bad. The M10 engine, and somewhere on here, let me turn that up and down. Like I said, we know for sure we're gonna have to do some carburetor work just to get it running. The fuel tank's actually in the trunk under that little right-hand cover. And it's tiny, I think it's 10 or 12 gallon tank. The fuel smells like stable. Stable's what you put in gas so it doesn't go bad. If it has stable in it, the carburetor might be good. I really don't know. But to be totally honest, if you want this engine to run perfect, you want to pull it out. You want to re-gasket everything. It looks like somebody's painted the block. The block you can't see on the video, but the block looks actually really good. And like somebody's been in it before. And done stuff. There's a little bit of oil down there. You can see on the camera a little bit. And this is the first year of the alternator, the 12 volt. 67 had the 6 volt with the generator. And I mean, look at the starter. Like, you can have that off in 5 minutes. Super easy. Any kind of rubber line, they got some stuff capped off here. Any kind of rubber line is gonna have to get replaced. All the radiator hoses look good. Like I said, it was in a climate controlled garage. And he said the last time they tried to start it, they couldn't get it started. I guess it was cranking, no start. So today I need to go to Walmart anyway. I'm gonna take that battery. We're gonna get a new battery for it, because that one's, yeah. I can still buy the points for a distributor. I can still buy the spark plug wires. Everything looks good, but I would say if it doesn't start, we're either gonna need some points for a distributor, or we're gonna need some fuel issues. If we could spray it a little bit, try to start it. That's gonna be the next video, guys. I just want to show you guys what I got. It really was kind of like winning the lottery, to be honest with you. We have enough money in the kitty here to do whatever we want to do with this car and still buy this stuff. So still looking possibly for an F30 or something in that arrangement too. And I don't know. That's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it a cool car, or is it ugly and old and probably smelly? So, all right guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with the startup video. Wish me luck. We'll see you then.